In Monopoly, if no one ever buys a property, everyone gets richer and no one loses.
Movies based on video games are finally starting to get good because the people who grew up playing them are old enough to be directing, writing and acting in them.
Even if we would have gotten a letter from Hogwarts, our parents would have never believed it was real and let us travel to London to run against a wall. We never had a chance.
One silver lining of being poor is that your chances of dying in an avalanche are significantly lower.
It will be quite complicated when you have to explain to the tax authorities that a genie granted you a wish for $1 billion.
Grass has an interesting existence where it is forever encouraged to grow. But when it grows too much it gets cut down, and if it grows in the wrong place it gets straight up murdered.
Cigarettes are a type of veggie wrap.
Socks and shoes are kind of like carpet and floor, just attached to your feet instead of the ground.
2111 will be the first year since 1777 with no holes in any of its digits.
It's safer to be an airport Uber driver since your passengers went through TSA before getting in.
Somebody may have once been on a jury for a crime they committed.
For some reason, every toaster has a bread setting that will absolutely roast whatever bread is in it.
Realizing how many of the rejected Shark Tank contestants went on to become successful, the billionaires are terrible investors.
Video games make crouch walking seem effortless.
Babies become wireless when they are born.
We're slowly growing up to become the adult we needed the most as kids.
The majority of life is doing something you don't want to do for X minutes so that you can do something you do want to do for X minutes.
Anyone who says they're going to steal or take your girl and does it is doing you a favor.
The older generation often hold the younger generation in contempt despite spawning and raising them. The younger generation often hold the older generation in contempt despite deriving most of their knowledge and values from them.
Now for a quick break, stay tuned for more shower thoughts. It's kind of weird how many awards are given to movie makers and actors in comparison to any other profession.
The second person in a conga line is always the person who starts it.
Us humans are a whole lot more symmetrical on the outside than on the inside.
Eventually, all smokers will buy a lighter that won't die on them.
There are many animals that lay eggs, and for some reason chicken eggs are the only animal eggs that we typically eat.
With an IQ of 130 you are the dumbest gifted person.
In the future, looking back at Google Street View from 50 years ago will be a fascinating glimpse into the past.
Humans are the only large mammals on Earth that don't have their population controlled by hunting.
Your only goal in life is to create as much dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphin as possible.
In the distant future, historians are going to struggle to know what's real and what was AI generated. I'm Bob Jeffy.
And I'm Lorelei Stewart. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more shower thoughts. Bye for now.
Hey listeners, tired of all the doom and gloom on the news? Then check out the Get Happy Headlines podcast by my friends, Stella and Mickey. It's a podcast dedicated to bringing you family-friendly, uplifting stories from around the world. Give it a listen, I know you will like it. Search for Get Happy Headlines in your podcast player or check out the show notes page for the link. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.